goodness.
I put
Yeah,
the
this
house
is
in
my
God squad.
My new
Much
game
throb.
is white as fuck. So I'm gonna probably paint and decorate, but it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
So much shit to do.
Oh, I expect it to be a while.
Yeah.
Gotta put a fence in. Gotta put back
You know
stairs.
how fast you guys were doing stuff with that other house? But obviously, this is more important because you own it now. But still,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to do anything with that other house because I wasn't. It's not my house.
Yeah, exactly.
I get
Why
it.
would you?
I get it.
Yeah.
But
It's like big things: fence, back stairs.
Big things.
yeah,
Right now, Ellie out in the backyard. I have to go out the front door and walk around the side. And then it's like if there's someone watching,
you
the
can jump
dog,
down,
she's
dude.
like, straight down on all fours. Like I want to play.
I want to play a game.
And it's like no, you gotta focus and fucking take a shit so I can go inside because it's raining and thunderstorming.
It's been raining so much here.
A lot of rain.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of like on and off rain. I had to like mow the lawn at the old place, right? Because the lease isn't up yet. Finally loaded up my lawnmower in the back car and came back.
I have a dog story. That's basically the story I was gonna say.
Go for it.
No, we could talk about something else. It's not important.
All right, cool.
What? Yeah.
God.
Tell him to shut up. Go, man.
But so like 3 days ago, I let Roxy out, right, and Tucker, and they were running out, and like they were doing their thing. There was a groundhog in the middle of the yard.
Ooh.
So Roxy, so they both chased it, and it was kind of like a football play. Tucker went straight for it. Roxy went on the side wing and like was gonna like close it off. They worked
flanked
great
it.
together.
Oh shit.
But then
Raptors.
Sharts. That's what I named this groundhog. It's the same groundhog that lives in our yard. So Sharts like managed to get behind the shed and cleared it.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, oh okay, fine. Like, this happens all the time. Then you hear Roxy fucking scream. I mean scream. Like I've never heard her make sounds like that. Like she screams all the time, but like this was worrying. So I just ran back barefoot like right across over there and stuff. And I swear to God, I almost fainted when I saw what I saw. There was like a fence kind of like plank on the ground with like a bunch of sharp nails pushing out, and I saw Roxy's paw like impaled, like stuck. It fucking went right through it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and she couldn't get out of it, and I'm about to barf. Like, but anyway, she managed to like pull herself out and everything like that. So it's just been like monitoring her. I took her to the vet. Oh, the emergency vet was like, yeah, you gotta wait 4 hours. Went home. Yeah. Went home. I just like we cleaned it. We wrapped it up in bandage and stuff like that. And yeah, no, she's fine now. Like, luckily it wasn't serious. So she's on antibiotics. She's got the cone around her head and shit.
Damn. Well, I'm glad it worked out. Is there like it? Did it go through like bone at all, or was it just like?
No. Luckily it didn't.
Okay.
Like it kind of like I think it just kind of went through like the webbing of her paw. Like yeah, I think that. So she got a piercing essentially.
Damn.
But
That's
fuck,
rough.
man. Like seeing that shit. Oh my God.
Dude, that's gotta be fucking scary.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, man, that's
shit.
gonna get infected. It's a rusty nail outside, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, she's fine. She's on meds and stuff, and they gave her pain meds, so she was like high most of the time now.
Yeah. So you gonna like go out and like pull those nails and shit?
Oh, I did that. I did it like that day itself. Yeah. I got rid of it.
Yeah, I had a lot of shit to do like that as well with like poisonous plants and fucking at that old place. Like it's all just fucking hazards. Like people just leave like fucking nails and shit. I found a, like those nails that they put in like railroads. Like
The rail spikes.
I found one of those right up in the
Fuck.
fucking yard. It was like that would have been. Yeah,
For sure.
damn. Well, I'm glad it worked out. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Thing is, like
What
that
happened
did
to the
not.
groundhog?
Look, and he'll be back again another day. Like they
okay.
always come. Him and his like two bunny friends. They're always in the backyard.
I mean, like, it would have been really cool if like the groundhog was like their emotional support for Roxy. Like, I know you were just trying to kill me and all, but I'm here for you.
Dogs are dangerous for dogs, man. When they're
Dude.
bred, like.
Yeah. Well, Ellie's killed too.
Well, Ellie's like 3 times the size of Roxy.
Yeah, that's true. That's
so-
true. Yeah, the groundhog is like bigger than
4
Roxy, probably.
Yeah. For you guys who don't know, Roxy's like a little chihuahua. You may have seen her in previous episodes.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. But
Probably
like
recording.
literally a yay
What?
You've
size.
seen her in
like-
person.
Yeah.
You've been
Oh.
to your house.
I'm talking to.
No.
Oh, to the people.
Viewers like you.
Yeah.
Viewers have been to your house. Every single follower.
I didn't know we were going.
This
Your
one,
address
for
probably
Toronto
now.
has been to my house.
Yeah.
Do we know what we're talking about?
I don't know.
Music.
Music.
Oh, we're
was
doing
the
music? Okay, I like music.
Okay.
standard.
That's like the first I've heard of what we're doing today.
Yeah,
I heard
Steve
that
asked the same thing, and I go,
I
you
got
know
the
what? I
advanced
haven't said anything, have I?
That's
We
good
did
topic.
talk about like music as a potential topic, so I think
And like, who better to do than Nick? So
You
What
would
the
be
fuck
better.
you talk? Yeah, that's what I was, that's exactly what I said.
Easily.
the music boy.
But it doesn't really matter.
Talk about Sea of Thieves, guys, for the entire time.
I like the music in Sea of Thieves.
I like the music of Sea of Thieves. Yeah,
I like the music that we play in Sea of Thieves.
yeah.
The first thing Greg does when he jumps into Sea of Thieves is bust out that accordion.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, all right, search the island, get some supplies, let's get a voyage, let's get the anchor up, but sails forward.
Listen to my song.
And you just hear Greg. "Na, dun, dun, na, 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 na."
Bust out
It's
the
off in
anchor,
the
drop
distance.
the anchor.
Yeah,
Bust out the accordion. Bust out the anchor, play the anchor.
play the anchor. Yes.
Yeah. Bust the accordion. Bust the anchor. Bust a nut.
Bust a nut. But before we get into music, like, how's your guys' week been?
Busy.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Busy. Yeah, you
Fine.
go first, Nick.
No, go ahead.
I'll talk. All right, guys. It's fine for me.
For breakfast, I ate. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
It's been same old, you know, just hanging out. Where have you been, Vela? You and your Canadian bros, we've been like completely gone. But any Valorant.
It's probably
just been
because Valorant has been down since it's going to be released.
Oh, is it? I didn't realize.
Yeah, so it's going to be down for I think 5 days or something.
That makes sense. I have seen Carter. I think that girl Agent-ish. I think is the girl.
Who?
And then I don't know. Someone that I see them occasionally in Procrastination Nation.
Yeah. Oh, like yeah. I've never met her. I've no
I've
idea.
not invaded that yet.
No, I mean you're free to.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Why
they
am
just
I
chill
blurry?
out. Yeah. I'm hoping their server issues get resolved with it.
I feel like my walls are so white that my skin is starting to blend in, and my camera doesn't know where my face is. So it'll start focusing the walls behind me, and I'll get blurry, and it means
Yeah.
that I'm apparently too white.
I think you're whiter than your walls. Your walls are like
Dude.
cream.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean,
Bella's walls are white.
he's
And
a
We
we
need to
creamy,
take this
fluorescent.
red wine and just go decor.
Steve's a creamy boy too.
I'm a creamy boy. I'm a
Creamy.
creamy man.
The creamster.
Yeah, the
Y'all,
creamster.
all of y'all, creamy boys. Nick's olive, and I'm chocolate.
I'm the Pillsbury Doughman.
Milk chocolate.
I'm fairly olive. I might be as olive as Nick is. I don't know. I don't know about that.
What is
Or
olive?
like
Nick
a
is-
chocolate caramel.
Nick is Italian
I'm thinking-
blood.
Yeah.
That's why I said olive.
Fucker.
I'm olive then. You can be chocolate. That's fine. Whatever.
We're gonna call him, that's Dayan's new thing. We're gonna call him Chocolate Thunder.
Like, what's your chocolate flavor?
If you had to be a candy bar, yes.
I'll
what
be
would
smoky white.
That's
Smoky
a-
white.
yeah.
chocolate.
Spooky.
Yeah, does anyone like white chocolate? Actually,
I
that's-
love white chocolate.
Okay, so
I
just,
think white chocolate.
I'll agree.
is-
It's not chocolate.
I can't eat as much white chocolate as
it's like its own thing. Yeah.
other chocolate. Like dark chocolate, I can't eat a lot of dark chocolate.
Like Hershey's milk and cookies. Oh god.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's
Especially the thin ones, not like
you're
the
mixing it,
big bars.
yeah.
The Oreos.
It's not quite fair.
Bars. Mm.
Those are
I
good.
thought
Make me
like
hungry. Stop.
a bunny made of chocolate that's only white chocolate. That would be rough.
The Easter bunny
That
or
would-
whatever.
yeah.
Right.
That would make me nauseous. Well,
Most of the time, those are rough.
I eat those in one day, and I know I shouldn't, but every
Oh
time.
yeah. I do that.
Steve's just in a corner like. Like
I do that too.
like-
Because like once
Forcing
you bite
yourself
off
to
the
get
ears
it
and you
down.
get to the head, you're like, well, I don't want to wrap this up, so I'm just gonna keep
I
on
know.
munching. And then like to the bottom, well, it's like, well, there's not enough left, but this is like the richest part that I
Okay.
saved for last. So it's like,
I'm like that with lasagna. I'll make a big thing of lasagna, think I'm gonna eat it within
Just in the
like
corner
3 or 4
crying with
days,
that
but like I'm just
lasagna.
constantly going, yeah.
it's only once a year.
I know.
Yeah, I've forgotten the topic already. Music. Nick, take it away.
Yeah.
Are we getting into it? All right.
I mean, sure.
why
We'll
not?
talk about
We've been recording for 10 minutes.
I haven't been doing shit.
Oh, we gotta keep the soft open going.
the soft open. I've just been
Not
moving
ready.
shit in my house.
Soft serve. That's us.
Soft serve. Oh god.
I'll serve that to me.
Did Bella actually say what he was doing this week?
I
Yeah, I did. I told you what I've been up to with Roxy and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be pretty engrossing.
Yeah. Apart from that, just being out of the house a lot because of house visits and everything like that. But
Are you still doing that?
How's that been going?
it's been going. You know, that's all I can do is just like let it keep
Takes time.
happening. And
You haven't dropped price yet?
we've dropped price once, yes.
Okay.
We've gotten offers though, but they're not what we're into.
They're really lowballing you?
No, they're
Really?
low volume. But I mean it's still not below what we originally paid. So
Yeah, you'll find someone with the right price.
And they were most of the real estate agents were like, we don't want to lowball them a lot. So I was like,
It's a really weird time for housing because there's just a lot of houses on the market right now.
we get like four people visiting a day. It would be more if we didn't say no.
I guess it's different in the city. There's way more
yeah, that's
people.
true.
Yeah.
Try to get the best.
How early of a heads up do you get that somebody's going to come over and visit that day?
Sometimes we get it the previous day. Sometimes we get it within 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
It's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you gotta do if you want to sell it quick.
Yeah, and some of them don't show, and they cancel 15 minutes left, when like 15 minutes before the timer's up of them supposed to have been there. Like, yeah.
I couldn't do that with Ellie. I'd be like, you got to give me a fucking like day's notice.
I especially can't do it now because I have I'm on a schedule with Roxy with her meds and everything.
Yeah.
Like I can't walk her. Like everywhere we go, like I carry her everywhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You can't just like sit in her. Yeah, like you don't want to just like sit in the fucking like hot car with your dog. Like
no, or outside in the rain. Like where it's been raining a lot these days too.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I wouldn't think it'd be that big a deal to see the person living there.
Oh, with the person living there? I mean, when we were looking at this house, like, we looked at a bunch of houses, and, like, it was just, people were just there, and they didn't mind. Like, I didn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets weird sometimes with like I don't know.
As
Like
long as they know
supposedly,
you're coming, so they're not like jerking off or something. It'll be fine.
well, it's like I never interacted with the seller of this house. It was always like I don't even know his name.
I don't want. That's the thing. If I'm buying a house, I don't want to see or meet the people who lived there previously.
Why?
Yeah.
It stops. That feeling of new house just goes away for me. I don't know.
And it's
It's
nothing
hard
on
for me to
new
explain.
house.
It's hard for me to explain. You know, like if I'm I'm buying something off of like a trade website or whatever, I don't want to meet the person. I just want the item.
It's almost like you get that weird like a suspension of belief when you're trying to search for a house
Yeah.
and just seeing the person living there like on the couch eating Doritos. It's like
Yeah.
okay, like I don't know.
I mean, that's why they do it. I get it. It makes sense.
There's another reason.
I'm not affected by that.
There's another reason. Let's say I meet let's say for this house, if I hadn't met the previous owners and stuff, and if I find something wrong with it, and I found plenty, I don't want to personify like that poor person's face in my head, like this son of a bitch, like fuck this, like all this crap now.
Yeah.
I just want to blame the man, you know?
Yeah,
Sure.
it also gives you some deniability as the owner of like not being sort of
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you don't know who lived here
Yeah.
or
No,
whatever.
I get it. Like I said, I know why. I'm saying that wouldn't really affect me. I wouldn't
Fucking hunt them down later.
I mean, if the house is a good enough deal, I wouldn't care. But like, if
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
like a weird, you know.
Yeah. Obviously, you gotta do what you gotta do, but if given the option. God damn it, Wall! Stop being whiter than me.
You could probably put in a background.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. No one
What if
cares.
it's like a green screen, but it's like a white screen, except
You're
my
the
face
only
is
one
also
that
white.
Just paint your walls green.
Just paint my walls green. I can do that.
It's that bright ass lime green.
Nick, I haven't seen a T-shirt that's so you than the one that you're wearing.
Right? It looks Metallica. It's patriotic.
It's like they made it for you, with you in mind.
Yeah.
Really.
This was my first shirt I ever bought from these guys,
Okay.
and I can ship it back at any given point.
Keep rubbing
Like
yourself.
veteran, I guess they employ veterans and whatnot to keep them off the streets and such.
Who,
And when they
Metallica?
make the, well,
Keep Metallica off the streets, boys.
but I can send the shirt back at any point. Say I get even fatter than I already am, and I need to go up a size, they'll ship it back for free and everything.
That's really cool.
Upgraded and all that.
Most American thing I've ever heard.
Right?
Wire.
And on the back of it looks like if Metallica was going on tour or something, like where they were going, everything like that
the
year.
tour list, yeah.
But this is it's the Wars America's.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That is so brutal.
That is so
Okay.
American.
Okay.
Thought I was a patriot, my God.
I just love the fucking shirt.
No, that's great. I get one.
Well, I still
Really?
know what Greg and Nick have been up to.
Oh, nothing. Working.
Wait.
I was helping him move. When he's saying he was busy, I was
Okay,
doing that. I mean, that was weekend, obviously, but
That was the whole
I'm working
day.
during the week.
All right.
I've been running. I think I told you guys I've been running
Yeah.
early in the morning. So yeah, I've been
That's
just
cool.
keeping that up,
Nice.
which was terrible after helping him move.
You didn't do it that next day though.
No, thank God. Would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Nicholas.
No, Memorial Day was pretty chill. Just hanging with family, grilling up some chicken.
Oh
kind of
right,
thing.
you guys had Memorial Day recently.
Yeah, we did.
Chicken. I didn't realize it was Memorial Day.
I wanted to go to like a park or something, but apparently most people did that. So it's actually good, kind of a blessing I didn't, because it would have been really crowded.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was doing then.
Yeah. A bunch of people
It
got
was
scolded.
Monday.
You were
You
probably
got scolded? Is that what you said?
No, over here, I think it was like 10,000 or so. It's probably a made-up number. People visited one of the most popular parks here, and it was like nothing was happening. Like there was no COVID. Like they were just chilling and shit. And, like bylaw officers just came in and just fucking fined everybody.
Yeah, it's like the Florida beaches.
Yeah.
Just
Holy
don't-
crap.
So they
Well,
did
we have a
this-
new law now where you have to wear a mask in a public place. It's like it's
Virginia.
the
Oh,
law
we've
now.
always had that law. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's the law here.
That's good. But so over here, like in the parks now, they have painted circles, white circles.
Oh.
And if you want to
Like
go to the park,
social
you can. But yeah, you just gotta stay in your circle.
You have to stand in the circle.
Yeah.
Do not cross this line. You are in. What you need to do is just walk around with a 6-foot long longsword,
and just
Oh,
keep swinging.
and then a
it.
shirt that
'Cause
says "Don't
that's-
cross." Yeah.
I like
Because
that.
that
If you're-
seems legal.
If you're in range, you're fair game.
Yeah.
It's a shirt that says that.
I've seen
I think
masks
that'd be
that also
great.
have that.
Full suit of armor, 6-foot long sword, and just walk around like this.
Stay away from me, foul beast. Just
Yeah.
helicoptering this fucking sword over your head.
Trust me, you'll be safe. You'll
Yeah.
be. Straight.
I wouldn't come around, that's for sure.
Nick, what have
Holy
you been
shit.
up
Back to work this week,
to? Okay.
and it's been awful.
Mhm.
My back isn't agreeing with anything.
I think I read your tweets about that. Yeah.
It has not been fun at all.
Taking Bosco to the vet and stuff as well.
Yeah, so the fat bastard, I don't know what he got into or what he did, but I just came home from work and I opened my door and I just saw this thing just smear across the floor. And I go, please be a dead animal or something.
That is
And I
what
look
you're
down,
hoping.
and and I just look down and it's puke.
Oh, that's fine.
And I look at him and he's like coiled up in a ball over in the bedroom, just on the floor. Kind of like when Oreo, when she got sick.
Yeah.
Kind of like what she was. She wasn't moving very much. You could tell something was really wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
He was shaking. He wasn't meowing. He wasn't purring or anything. So had me worried.
What was it?
I don't know. They think that maybe he just
Wait, you took him to the vet and they don't know? That kind of sucks.
no.
This
What?
cat's fucked.
What I think it is, you guys know the stink bugs.
Yeah.
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 They come around really heavy in the summer,
Think you ate
and
one.
for some reason they get in this house
I
without me.
Sorry, just to
knowing where they
interject
come
really
from.
quick. I hate that I know what a stink bug is because of Animal Crossing.
Oh God!
Is that the
didn't know
only
it
reason you know what a
before?
stink bug is? You don't get them up there?
I've heard
You
of
could
them
do
before,
better.
but now I know what they look like and everything. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I know all about bugs with my last house.
We are Virginia. I guess we're a
Tell you
little
what a
more-
centipede looks like, what a
Yeah.
wolf spider looks like.
Well, I think he may have ate one of those or an ant or something. And
Would that
for
really?
s-
Would that
I don't
make-
know.
would that
I
make
would
sick?
think a stick bug would make him sick. I don't think an ant would, but
Stick bugs are like nothing.
Yeah.
Got no meat on them.
well, he's a cat. He's a
What's
curious
his
boy.
name?
I mean, my dog eats all kinds of shit. She eats caterpillars. She eats grass.
But your dog.
shit. She eats bugs. She eats spiders.
House guest, Greg.
I have cats.
She
They're
eats people.
fine.
She eats groundhogs.
Oh man.
Yeah, animals' stomachs are so different than people's.
Yeah, for sure. Which is why like
And
some of
they're-
the stuff
they're
like our medications
far
can't actually
improved.
give them. Yeah, because when Roxy had her thing, I was immediately thinking, put some polysporin on it. Do not ever put polysporin on a dog wound.
It's toxic to dogs.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I feel like we're getting away from.
Wait, so you poisoned your dog?
No, I didn't.
No, no, no.
I did not. I did not. But no.
There's a lot
I
of
went
things that are poisonous to dogs that you wouldn't think are, though.
We went to the vet. The whole thing was like $200. But we got the antibiotics, the pain meds, and a cream to
I
put
thought you
on
had
it.
free healthcare for everything.
Not
The
for
fuck?
dogs, not for pets.
What the fuck?
That's still cheaper than like Ellie's shit.
You should just be
Oh,
like, I stabbed myself. Oh, I don't know what happened. I scraped myself on this nail. Can you give me some free shit?
But in all of Roxy's, the
That's how it
entirety,
works.
the whole of Roxy's life, this is only the second time I'm about to take her to the vet. The first
Yeah.
time was like a false alarm.
Well, that's good though. That means
Yeah.
they're healthy, which is solid.
She's
Yeah,
a
you
mutt,
guys have
right?
been-
She's a hybrid.
Maybe
How
I'm
old
in
is
the
she?
minority, but I rarely take my animals to the vet unless they're like literally dying in front
No,
of
that's
me.
the thing. No, like
Yeah.
I took her the first time because I thought she was pregnant.
That would
Turns
be
out
fair.
dogs do have phantom pregnancies.
Gross.
So
That's
that turned out to be nothing.
terrifying.
The second time was the nail through the paw thing.
Yeah, I think that justifies it. But I just want people to take their animals to the vet for like checkups and shit.
No, I don't do that. No, unless they're old. Like very old. Yeah.
We take Ellie to get her shots, but that's about it.
I gotta
Don't
get
do that.
Roxy her shots.
Hell no.
She needs her like Bordetella and stuff. If you want to board them, they gotta.
Greg's
get
a
that.
dog anti-vaxxer.
He's a dog anti-vaxxer.
Oh my god.
Dude, there's people that do that too, and it's fucking terrible.
It's just so expensive if it's an actual serious thing that they have to.
I don't want my dog to get
surgery
me
or something.
autism.
True.
I want to keep it all for myself.
All right, we've spoken about our days, our pets.
Yeah, it's only gonna get worse. Let's not go down this road.
yeah, I know. Well, let's actually get into what we're talking about. Why am I hosting, Nick?
Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it.
You're supposed to.
Fuck yeah.
Where's the guitar solo intro?
Where's
Wait,
the
we wanna-
Greg?
Yeah, where did our gig go?
GNSD.
Yeah.
Podcast. Welcome back to another episode.
The GNSD.
What's up, rockers and rollers?
Each time.
That was actually a fairly decent open. I'm
I
not gonna.
liked it. That's what the hence. The
But-
yeah.
Great,
But-
let's ruin it by
Fucking Greg.
talking.
So you guys are into the first idea I had of like coming up with a catchphrase.
No, I don't like the
Oh, I've no. I was just trying to say. We already did our cold or our open, Greg. So
It
you
was
know.
terrible.
This can of
Great.
beans is open.
Glad you could be a part of it.
Yeah.
We just sat there and stared blankly at you.
Just do a Photoshop
Bam,
picture.
bam, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cardboard cutout of Greg. That'll be perfect.
I would take editing. We're not doing that.
I know.
Yeah.
Against our
Would it be
law.
weird if that's what I put on the walls behind me, or if that's what Steve had behind him?
Like
Cardboard cutouts of us. Yeah. Or like, what's
I'm
that?
gonna do one of those like chat bubbles, but it's gonna say "Where's my team" across like the white wall.
That is an
Yeah, but,
amazing idea. That honestly, if you can like angle it, like right behind you.
Where's my team?
They have Instagram
And
filter
I'm
where
over
they
here. What
they
the
superimpose the green screen behind you. Like you just have to have the filter up.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah,
just
it'll
include it.
be in the same spot every time, and I'll just
You
go,
can put anything behind you, which is pretty
Yeah.
weird.
What?
Anyway,
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of GNSD Podcast. I'm your host today, LeetDemon, or Nick, whatever you prefer. It's not as cool. Whatever.
It's cool, lead demon.
Yeah. We'll send it around the room. Introduce yourselves, boys. Who
My
do
name
we
is-
got?
My name is Dayaan. I go by Bella or Bella_Swift. Greg.
Yeah, it's me, Greg, DesperadoGPJ. How's it going, everybody?
And I am Blackened, aka Steve. What's up?
Nice. Nice.
We got Steve in the house, everybody.
So today we're going to talk about music, and not just music in general, because we could go on forever. But we all have different backgrounds with music in our lives, different tastes of music, what gets us going, what we don't like to hear, all that good stuff. So we're going to get into all of that. But first, I'm going to ask all of you: do you have either a favorite band or a favorite song? and why?
Who are you asking first?
Any of you?
I'll go first.
You got to point someone.
Everyone at the same time.
So favorite band and favorite song, I would say favorite band off the bat, maybe the Beatles, perhaps. Maybe. Just maybe off the top of my head. Beatles are really good. What do you mean? Wait, who's shaking? Whoa. Silence.
No, Beatles are a good band.
Just out of all the choices you had.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
For favorite song, Yesterday by the Beatles is pretty good. I mean, it's hard to be like favorite band because there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Like
There are.
It's always a hard one.
so tough. Like Led Zeppelin. I mean, it's a lot of classic rock, really, but yeah. I was surprised. The Beatles.
What led you to the Beatles?
Oh, I was definitely raised on them from like a young age. Like my mom was a huge fan. Like we always had all their albums. We had their they did the discography of like this is all their hits from like the 60s and 70s. Here's all their hits from like, well, that's all of them really. But I think it past that really, most of them. But yeah, so it's just like they have I think they have like around 100 songs I like. It's just like an insane amount. It's something crazy. I think they had like 200 hits or something. Something absurd. But just having that amount of like awesome music you could just play on loop, especially with this like an era when I grew up with like CDs, where it was like you just like switch out CDs and all that crap. It was pretty like we'll put one CD in, every song is great, and it's like 2 hours, boom, you're good.
Yeah.
So that was definitely part of it. But I was raised on like Motown and like definitely the 60s in general. 1960s was like a huge like just musical explosion of awesome stuff basically. And so I loved all of it. I was everything I was raised on.
I was raised on a lot of pop. Like people,
sure.
When people talk about like their dads and their record collections and that's how they came out of music. My dad just had like stuff like the Pussycats, the Carpenters, ABBA, and stuff like that. As far as rock goes, like Dire Straits is probably his favorite band ever, and I grew up on that stuff. I remember one, and then Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, like then it came like afterwards. So for me, like those were the bands that I was really into as far as like I'm just gonna say guitar music, like goes and stuff. I like that stuff, and but mostly I was really into pop from a very young age. I still am. Yeah, I mean 80s pop, especially. I will still to this day say that it's my favorite genre of music ever. I love 80s pop, and I'm so glad. Well, what?
I just never got that kind of like impression from you. It's interesting.
Oh, okay. I mean, have you seen my stream logo and all this stuff? Like, it's really That
makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I love that stuff. And it's also the reason why I'm really happy that retro wave is a thing now, because I love that aesthetic. I love the music. I love the explosive snares and stuff. Like because that's one thing that kind of goes under the radar. Actually, it really doesn't. The snares in 80s music were like fucking explosive. Like any song from them, any song from that era, from like talk like Phil Collins. I fucking love Phil Collins, Genesis and stuff. The snare, as well.
Sure.
The snares just fucking exploded, and I loved it. I love the synthiness of it. I love the get up and go stuff, and I love that genre of music because it can either be really lively or it can also be really like somber and sad and stuff. Case in point, the Human League with I Am Human. Like amazing song, and they really just toned it down but kept like the low synths and everything like that.
That's a good way to play with the tone because they definitely had diversity there. Because I remember when my mom would raise me on music, she specifically steered me away from the 80s because she was like so used to the 60s sound, which was so like kind of like happy-go-lucky a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, the 80s were like experimental cocaine-fueled shenanigans.
Yeah. It was so getting a little harder.
Yeah. It was so cool to see how people could be so creative with like technology at the time. Wasn't like we didn't have like crazy synths where you could just create any sound you wanted. They had to be very sort of intuitive with what they had.
Arguably better.
It was a cutting edge.
Yeah,
they were warm
because
synths.
they had to be so creative. Yes.
I will argue there's a lot about 80s music though. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, I was raised on like first one. What's up?
I missed whatever. What'd you say, Greg?
I think there's a lot of bad '80s music. I think there's a lot of.
There's definitely a lot of bad '80s music.
That's why
There
it
was a
stayed
lot
in the
of
'80s.
80s
It's not really
music.
timeless. It's like that's
Just
an
a
'80s
lot.
song, and it should stay there.
But I just want to supplement that too. There's a lot. Was a lot of bad '80s music back then, like Lee Mal and stuff like that. But today, it's like they're cult classics. So you enjoy them like regardless in a way.
The
Like,
good ones that survive.
Yeah. Go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
So like I was raised with like, you know, my parents were into like Earth, Wind and Fire and Queen, like Michael Jackson, like all those typical popular artists back then. But like me personally growing up, like I sort of had like two, I'll say separate but equal loves of music. Like on one side was very like, you know, rock and roll, punk rock, metal, you know, like Bullet for My Valentine, 3 Days Grace, Five Finger Death Punch, Into Eternity is a more metal one. And like Epica is a good one nowadays.
Symphonic
and then
metal, yeah.
yeah. So very, very nice sounds. Because I did a lot of like classical music when I was in like school and whatnot, and jazz and
Yeah, you
stuff
were in
like
band,
that.
right?
Yeah, so I've been in band for a long time. So I like really good melodic music. And then the other side, which kind of ties into that, is like dubstep, trance, sort of the entire like electro synth
No.
sort of
EDM
genre.
stuff,
It's really weird because I just enjoy good music. You know, I could like go to a
Subjective.
symphony of the
I like good
planets
art.
and be just as entertained as listening to like, you know, hardcore dubstep.
You have more eclectic taste though. It's not super defined. Yeah, that's good.
yeah, it's very. I just like really good flow in a sound.
I know what Nick's gonna say.
Yeah, everybody knows what Nick's gonna say. So, for you that don't know, okay, I'm into only the best of the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, my favorite band is Metallica. I fucking love them. They're great. I love how hard they were. They maybe kind of changed a little bit since then. But I don't know.
Metalhead side of Metallica, right?
Huh?
Well, they went to like alternative, like weird 2000s stuff, but the metalhead stuff is where you want to be, right? The original OG.
The original OG.
They definitely kind of morphed from early thrash into what they probably call, or like everyone calls, modern thrash, which I think is a weird title.
I don't
But
think that
they did tone down a bit.
Thrash.
And that could either be because of age or the record label kind of telling them that this is what we want you to make.
They changed with the times.
Yeah.
In its own sense.
Yeah.
But
Saint Anger
I've
is a
always
glaring
loved them.
example.
Yeah. They tried to do an old school thing, and a lot of people are against it, but a lot of people don't understand that that's somewhat of what they were, and they can't grasp that, and they can't handle that.
That's how I got my name Blackened, was from Metallica.
Yeah, from a Metallica song.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're in like classic rock, though, really. It's not...
Yeah, classic rock is my main genre, I guess. I love rock and roll.
Classic rock's such a weird genre now.
Yeah, they think like Nickelback and all that's classic rock. And I can't go with that.
Who's saying Nickelback is classic rock?
It might be an Ohio thing.
Right.
It might be an Ohio thing, but like on our old like classic rock stations on the radio now that we have to hear, you hear Def Leppard, Foreigner.
Oh, Def Leppard is so good.
And all the
Foreigner is come on. It's like saying Journey isn't classic rock. Like that is classic rock.
No, I said they're so good.
Well, he said Foreigner as if that was like not like a stretch.
No. I'm saying like we hear our normal classic rocks and everything like that, like those guys, and now we got like Nickelback and
they're alternative rock.
Three Doors Down. Yeah.
Stained, all the like Puddle of Mud.
Metallica, which is kind of interesting.
What was that?
They do include Metallica typically, which is interesting.
Yeah, most of the time they play the softer stuff too.
Yeah.
Like the Unforgiven and all that.
It's kind of weird because the bands, like today, Metallica is still considered metal, whereas there are bands that are not considered metal but arguably put out heavier metal-sounding music.
Yeah.
It's weird how I feel like genres were more defined 10 years ago than they are now. It's very sort of like very fluid. Like you almost can get like jazz metal, right? Like you can get all kinds of weird
subgenres.
Genres.
For sure. I've heard like what was it? Folk metal is my favorite thing to Google at 3 a.m.
Go hard on that.
Amazing. I played a few folk metal tracks on Nick's stream like a while ago and stuff. The Trollhammer by Fintroll. It's like
Some of it's not bad at all.
Like a pirate metal is another thing that's very close to folk metal.
It's like electro swing, right? It's
Yeah.
you take
Oh,
a
yeah.
newer genre and you kind of combine it with an older
I love
genre.
Caravan Palace. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Caravan Palace. Yeah.
Yeah, very
April
and I think
Showers.
that's perfectly fine. Like I don't think we need to get stuck on the whole like idea of like it's just metal, it's pop rock, it's
Well,
not real metal.
Because now it's like you go on YouTube and you just make a metal version of any song and it gets a million hits because you took a popular song and just added like, you know, you just changed the guitar's like sound. That's all
Drop
you
the
did.
tuning. You have a
the-
scream. Yeah.
What's the fun example? This was a fun example that Ray likes to listen to is baby metal, which is like
Oh, a Japanese band. Yeah.
Japanese band doing
That's
metal.
our
Is it
genre.
really metal?
Yeah.
Or is it
couldn't do
not?
it.
Like who cares? If you like it or you like it. If you don't,
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah.
Well, they have everything now. So that whole argument's out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it was like we were saying before, like Metallica defined the genre. Like Iron Maiden was the genre. Like there wasn't a whole bunch of different bands because you didn't have YouTube and stuff that could like come out of nowhere and just like completely change these things. It was like you had this one band they were the sound. Like Nirvana was the band that made everything into alternative. So if they didn't exist, they like wouldn't have happened.
I'd say they popularized the genre. They didn't like.
Well, sure. I guess you're right. Yeah,
Because
so
for
Here-
Metallica, there
here's
was
the
Black
next one.
Sabbath,
right.
and for Nirvana, there was literally a bunch of other bands before them.
Yeah.
And so- and they come from like different things because like Metallica came out of like, and I showed Nick this example with the Sanitarium and with
yeah.
Helena, where like most like riffs were just lifted straight off of the Misfits songs, like verbatim, just lifted and stuff. And that was because Cliff Burton was a huge Misfits fan. He introduced that band to James and the Boys and stuff, and like that became their sound. And like for a lot of other bands, you could arguably say, I mean, like the Beatles has 100% influenced a bunch of bands in the background as well. Black Sabbath has influenced like pretty close to like every metal band from that era as well. So like I'd say like bands like Nirvana have popularized grunge. I say bands like Metallica have popularized metal, and so on and so forth. You know.
Yeah, it was just, but back then there was no other way to get to the sound. Like you had
for sure.
internet, so you could go to like, let me just look at this obscure genre and then learn from it. It was like you just got the radio, and that was
Was
it.
there-
Exactly.
Did you guys ever like hear a song that sort of got you into a genre that you weren't really either aware of or interested in before?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
I remember I first got into Porcupine Tree, which is a progressive
Yes.
rock, and their stuff is beautiful because they mix like amazing acoustic guitar with like heavy metal, and they do it like in such a way that's subtle, and they have a good singer. So cause for me, it's like I don't like I don't like screamo. I don't like a bunch of like
Yeah.
It seems like less talented when you could just like put out a specific sound. I would rather have something where you have range or you can do like more impressive stuff. So to me, it was like they combined technique with like just different sound, and that wasn't like atypical, and it was so awesome.
Yeah.
So that got me to a whole bunch of different other like progressive kind of prog rock kind of bands.
Yeah.
But they were the ones that set the like the bar. You know, they set that bar. Love that shit.
Man, have you gotten to like prog music in general? It's so dense. There's so much there, and like it gets really weird.
That's why I didn't name a lot of bands, because it was like they got me into it, but at the same time I was like, I don't know if I want to be here. You know, it's like they were like the kind of the cusp of it, where I wanted
perfect
to stay.
formula of like everything mixed in. But if you delve into like prog and stuff, and like I'm never gonna mention Dream Theater or any of these arguments.
Oh, Dream Theater's alright.
They're alright, but like
Never gonna mention. He proceeds to mention.
Well, like you talk about like bands like King Crimson, like the Flower Kings, and like shit like that in the past. Like, man, their lyrics are fucking like what is this about? But they know what it's about. Like, it's this story. Like the whole like concept album thing came from prog, I believe. You know?
That's
like,
true. I can see that.
Like where an entire album is like a script of like a one story and stuff.
A theme and a motif and a vision. Yeah, it's crazy.
I love when bands do that now. It's
Like
hard to
tell a
say.
story with their song.
Yeah, like an entire saga and stuff. I know Protest Sahira has done it with Kazaya.
I just listened to one recently with The Weeknd. What was that song called? Shit, I'm not remembering it now. Let me look it up real quick.
I wanna fuck you slow.
But that definitely became a thing that you're right that they popularized.
Oh, Blind Lights, yeah, Blinding Lights. That was
They set the standard, which is awesome.
Look in my head the last like week.
If we didn't have that, we wouldn't have the guy who pisses on people. That great thing. I'm stuck in the closet. Oh yeah.
Oh, R. Kelly.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Thank God for R. Kelly.
I do this weird parallel because we were talking about The Weeknd, and so I assumed okay, we're talking about like Canada, and then you mentioned the guy who pisses on people, and then I remember the guy who in Toronto who threw poop from like a construction thing.
Oh,
so I thought like,
oh my God.
I thought you were perpetrating like that. The influence of music goes into random acts of mischief.
Like
Art reflects life, man.
Yeah.
The Weeknd does that. I think Gorillaz does that.
That was good.
So the thing about The Weeknd and like the Gorillaz and stuff, like the Gorillaz is most of their storytelling comes out of their music videos rather than
that's true.
Than their lyrics to a certain degree and stuff. Rap music does this a lot, and like Hannibal Buress had this amazing bit where he was pissed off that like most rap videos end with part 2 coming soon, or like this is part 1, and then Hannibal was just like where's part 2? Like what happened to these bitches?
Where they be?
Yeah.
Did they get home safe?
No, it's great. But coming back to like Prague is a trove of weirdness you can like get lost in and stuff. It's not all about, people think about Prague, they immediately think, oh, it's like literally listen to a D&D campaign. It's not. Like there's a lot of other like good Prague as well. I'm not saying that Prague's bad, but it's
Prague.
Yeah, exactly. It's huge. Like it's like
for me, it was about the weird progressions. It was like how they would make they would just change up the music randomly. Not randomly. I mean, it's obviously time. They would figure it out, but it was not what I was used to, and they kind of did that on purpose. And it was always a cool sound to it.
Yeah,
and I always appreciated like impressive instrumentals, which they always had. It was always like the guy was amazing at whatever.
Yeah.
I was raised on like, oh yeah, Van Halen, they have like the best guitarist, and I started listening to like modern guitarists, and it's just like, it's so hard to compare because it's like, yeah, back then he was amazing, but now it's like people can do everything. Like there's no, it's just it's hard to compare everything, but yeah, it's just,
and it's like amazing doesn't necessarily mean like skillful. It could mean like it was the most impactful at the time.
Yeah,
well, yeah, he and Van Halen they just made finger picking, so which that's pretty revolutionary.
As well as Mark Knopfler. I mean, like both those guys were like the fuck picks.
And
they were fast.
Playing with a violin though.
Was that? Well, there's plenty. There's
what's
a
the
guy.
question?
There's Yancy from. He was asking like the dude who played with the violin bow on his guitar. Wait, did Hendrix do that as well?
It was Jimmy Page, right?
Jimmy Page, sorry. Yeah, he did that. Yancy from Sigur Rós did that. Also, Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead. In fact, that's a neat way to kind of link to what Greg was saying is that they were like really good back then, these guitarists and everything like that. And then Steve said it was also about like what's more impactful. They don't actually have to be good. And two guitarists that I can think of are Johnny Greenwood and Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine.
Oh yeah,
not the most technically proficient, but man, are they amazing songwriters.
Like, yeah, because I remember I looked up. I love that because they had such a cool sound. I was like, how do you play this song? It was like, oh, it's one chord. It's like a chord and then another chord, but it sounds so bad. Bueno. It sounds so good.
No, it's cool. Like and like the innovation of it all, like it's brilliant. Some people may hate me for even bringing up this guy, but Fieldy from Korn, like that kind of he makes his bass sound like it's part of the percussion section, like that kind of.
I mean, you could argue that
string and everything. It's nice,
for sure. And like you could argue that AC/DC played like 3 chords, and Green Day played like 3 chords.
Yeah.
And yet they made so many like iconic songs with those 3 chords.
For sure. No, for sure.
True. Even though it's not that impressive, but they made it. They really worked it well.
But in some of those aspects, like AC/DC and all that, they put on a show way back in the day. They didn't give a shit about their bodies or anything. They'd play until they were exhausted and passed out on stage. They were jumping around.
Yeah.
And I think that actually sold more back in the day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
nowadays
it's like it's not on my iTunes.
For the most part.
That's a good point, Nick. Nick, like that's a good point because like it was all about the show back then, you know. This was before iTunes and like before like music got pirated and everything like
And
that.
music videos became a huge thing. That was like
Yeah.
became
Not just AC/DC, but also I'd arguably say Iron Maiden as well. Like their music isn't technically huge. Yeah, of course they have amazing guitar solos, but like one would argue maybe that's a little bit of fret wankery. You know, like it's it's more like, all right, this does not fit, but like whatever, like play the fuck out of that guitar, just like solo it up, you know. And so, but if you really think, like, listen to a bunch of stuff, it's all triplets, like dig it in, dig it in, dig it in, dig it in, for like a lot of their music. But their live shows, and I've been to a Maiden show. Fuck, it's incredible. They bring Eddie out, like, and the whole thing. It's this giant event more than a concert, and it's great. But I love it. Like, they're all talented. They're all great. But would I call them amazing musicians? No. But do I want to listen to like something like Yngwie Malmsteen like destroy a guitar on stage for like 2 hours? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to see like people just like run up and down the board and stuff. It's just not interesting to me.
You want to be entertained.
Yeah, like if you're playing guitar to the utmost of like your possible ability, you're not going to have the energy or the ability to perform as well. You're either sort of playing the guitar, like doing your crazy ass finger motions, or you sort of do something that's maybe still awesome and great, but not as like pushing the boundary, quote unquote.
The perfect example is Dragon Force, because they're extremely technically proficient, but there's lots of videos of them fucking up live because it's so hard. They've set the bar so high that they're like, oh shit, I gotta replicate this 1,000 times. You know, in these crazy conditions.
They're also more like a meme, like a parody of speed metal bands as well. I mean, they are speed metal
they're
bands.
Like a pop speed metal.
Like what Steve was saying is like pacing yourself as well, because shit, what was I gonna say?
Well, go ahead.
It's kind of like, is Crisis a game or a tech demo? Like a tech demo?
Yeah, right.
Is playing as fast as you can on guitar music? I mean, ultimately, yes, it is. Or is it just, you know, a warm up? Like,
so here's a good thing to go with that, because there's a band that I listen to that's really cool. It's called Into Eternity, and they're like a metal band.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of really cool technical stuff, but it's not so much associated around like playing super fast. It's more so like none of their songs are like typical 4/4. Like it's all like, you know, 5/8, like 4/7, like all different kinds of like stanza. And they're constantly changing in everything. And I think it's really cool how they can sort of keep that cohesion going. It's almost like watching a metal orchestra playing.
Yeah.
Which is really an interesting feat. So I think like there's a lot more room in that kind of playground, I think, for future bands.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Were you gonna say something, Nick? I thought you were gonna jump in there.
Nick, go.
No, I thought Dayaan was gonna jump in.
Okay,
Dayaan
I feel like I'm talking too much.
I can keep going. I just think it's interesting that this is an art form that's not. It's like it evolves, but at the same time you're getting like, you know, the most simplistic pop music possible, like 2-chord, 3-chord, 4-chord progressions that we've seen a billion times. I saw an awesome comparison on, I think it was just like a random image of like sheet music of like, you know, Beethoven, or, you know, I mean, it's obviously an unfair comparison comparing like this master, but it was something classical where it's like this same progression of, you know, a million notes mix of like some rap, and it was just like the same note just over and over and over again. It's
line and two dots.
So it's like we're evolving, but we're evolving to what people want as like a general flat line, like what the base common denominator wants, or like are we actually evolving the art form as a whole? And that's kind of like, you know, I mean, yeah, we are, but does it matter if no one sees it, kind of thing, like a tree falling in the woods if no one cares?
You're right.
I think both can happen simultaneously.
That's what I was gonna say. You're gonna have like record labels that want to appease the general mass to make a buck, and then you're gonna have innovation like in garages, like and stuff, where people are just like creating this niche stuff. And I like that because it's kind of like if you're making music just for like the sake of like the masses, like, and you're worried that what you truly want to make is not going to be successful, like, don't worry about it, because there's some weirdo like me who will listen to it. You know, like you'll find an audience, you'll find a mass.
It's easier nowadays to find an audience.
Oh yeah, we're blessed with stuff like SoundCloud and like the internet and like in general and everything like that, for sure.
Well, here's an interesting comparison. It's kind of diving into psychology a little bit, and I'm obviously paraphrasing here, so don't quote me. But like, it's almost like, you take like pop songs or like typical like 4/4, like the kick drums on like the first beat. It's almost like it's sort of triggering that kind of primal sort of like war drum sort of instinct within people, the kind of the group herd instinct, and then you've got the more like creative, artistic sort of like use the space between the notes. Yeah, and I think that's more like right brain triggering, whereas like typical pop music is probably more left brain triggering.
Yeah, that was the whole thing with the classical music. It was they wanted to get away from "we are the civilized" kind of thing.
We are civilization.
So they made it as complicated as possible, but at the same time was still beautiful to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So that was like the goal.
Classical music, sea shanty.
It's like we went both extremes, and they're slowly coming back to just bass level tribal monkey sound. Now we're going back there. Now it's accepted.
We're tribal artistic monkeys.
Yeah.
It's a great band name, to be honest.
Tribal artistic. God.
Now, I want to we've got our opinions out there and everything like that. Now, I want to know. I want to know your guys' backgrounds in music in general.
What gives us the right to have
these opinions? That?
Well, like for instance, for me, I was in. I've always wanted to learn guitar. I've learned like the bare bones of it. I'm terrible at it, and I wish I picked it up a lot earlier because I probably would have stuck with it and actually strived for it. But I know how to play a bit of the snare drum and all that. The trumpet, because I was in band for school and everything. Yeah, just like that, Greg.
Explosive snare drum.
But it's like, I never wanted to play with the drum set or anything. I mean, a couple drums here and there and all that, but just learning to play snare was something that I always wanted to do. And then I was introduced to trumpet with school band and everything like that. Then I wanted to learn the sax. Then I wanted to learn more about, the tuba and the trombone. It was kind of my intro to playing music.
Perfect.
I want to know for you guys,
rock that sax.
Yeah.
Rock that sexy sax, man.
I can show you my sax. I have it.
Yeah, I would say I'll probably go next because I think I have also the most shallow musical background. Like I was raised on, I loved it. I was
shallow.
No, I think mine should be shallow. Yeah, you guys have deeper.
You said also like have a shallow.
Yeah, I mean obviously Nick. What was that?
Mine's fairly shallow. I play
like 7 instruments. Oh, it's shallow.
I out of all of us, I would say I have probably the most basic music taste in music or introduction to music in general.
I think taste matters.
I wouldn't call anyone's
like you guys are a little more in depth. Like what Desi said. You found Porcupine Pompadour, whatever it is.
Porcupine Tree.
I think that's a great band name.
I would have never found anything like that. Like I stick to what I like, and I go off my mood, and then I find something in that same kind of zone.
I was gonna say I'm similar in that regard because I love having that familiar song that you can sing to. Because like I like to sing a lot, even though I also play guitar. I've dabbled in piano. I mean, there's one behind me, but it's like. I wish I'd pursued it more like you're saying. Like I hit it like when I was in my teens, like as kind of like a trying to get pussy kind of deal for the most part. It's like, oh yeah, girls love a guy who can play this kind of thing. But I mean,
especially guitar.
I love to sing. Like if I was a better singer, just talent wise, I would definitely that would have been my job. I would have loved doing that. But so I always sang in the car with like my family or whatever. So that's why you want the familiar songs. But occasionally you want to get the new stuff in there. It's like anything. You don't want to just same movie over and over again. You want something new.
Yeah.
So I would always try to find little nuggets here and there of different people. And that's why that was always a cool thing to me is you could meet someone new and they're gonna have some weirdo band that you have no idea.
Yeah.
They absolutely teach me on that. But I loved taking guitar lessons when I was younger because it really pushed me because if you have a lesson you're like actually gonna focus. It's like I'm doing whatever. I mean nowadays you can look at YouTube videos, but back then it was just like you just look at sheet music. This is the most boring thing imaginable.
Yeah.
You're just playing by yourself or whatever. But if you have a friend or like a tutor, it's so much more fun. But just learning the basics is such a huge step because if you go from knowing nothing to knowing like, oh, that song is like 2 chords is like such a big deal. Just being able to like recognize when certain bands don't really, it's not certain bands don't like warrant, the praise they get, but like when you're like, oh, that band was so innovative, it's like, yeah, they did like 2 notes. It's like, come on,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know.
that great. Like that, just having that bass knowledge, I think is really useful to have.
Yeah.
I think for me it was I was at a sleepover. I don't remember how old I was, but the next part may actually tell you. It
Was
was
it the
when
same sleepover you told us from the drinking episode?
That's what I was thinking.
No. I don't remember that. Like, what was that?
It was
When
a
you-
long ass sleepover.
when
No, go keep
it-
going.
Oh,
house
no,
was
that-
being
no.
sold.
No.
Don't worry about it.
I was already playing music at that point.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, it was when The Offspring put out Conspiracy of One. And I loved every song on that album. It was great. And so did my friends. So we were literally just like being dumbass kids, like jumping on the bed. And like, like you grab the tennis racket and you're like, pretending you're playing and shit like that.
Oh yeah, air guitar all the time.
And we were just jumping around. I think someone said, we should form a band. And so, and like, none of us knew how to play any instruments whatsoever, apart from the tennis racket, which I played amazingly, by the way. But and that really stuck with me, and I kept like, I actually really want to do this. My friends were the kind of people who are like, will make a plan, and no one will follow through. It's a plan. It's like making plans after a party when you're just schmammered. Like, oh yeah, we should go kite sailing tomorrow. Like, 100% not gonna happen, right? So it's the same thing with the band stuff. But like, I just really, really wanted to do it. And I think a few months passed, and like I got my first guitar. It was like a knockoff guitar. It kind of looked. I have a picture of it somewhere. I'll show it to you guys.
It's
offline.
cheap. I'd imagine.
It was so cheap. It was small as well, but I loved it. And like I remember getting it. I learned how to tune it and stuff. Da-da-da. And then I went right back in the case, and I didn't see it again for like I'm not even lying to you, like for another 6 months.
Sure.
And then the urge came again, and I picked it up. And this time I did one thing that I highly recommend. If you want to get into guitar, do this. Learn how to read tabs. Forget about musical notation. Learn how to read tabs. And
That's
then
fair for guitar, yes. You need to
and then I would go on to like ultimateguitar.com, look up my favorite song, and just like slowly kind of like get the notes and like learn how to do this and stuff. And then speed came with time. Very important. Speed comes with time. Do everything slow first. And I was like, wow. I was playing all sorts of shit. My parents could not have been prouder. And and after that, it just kept going. I started joining bands in the local scene, and and then I started playing other shit like bass, which eventually became my main instrument. Like my sister got a bass. Same thing with her. We're pretty alike in that sense. Went right back in the case, never saw it. I used to keep pulling it out though, and then my friends by that time had caught up and like were playing music. And
The same friends?
one or two who didn't, but like at least one or two
Better
did.
friends.
Yeah, no, the same group, but I loved bass. Like it was weird, like because at that point, like we've all been through one point in our lives where like, why the fuck does a band need a bass? I remember the first local show I went to. It was the first time I saw, like, I acknowledged a bass guitar. I've seen it in music videos in the past, obviously. I was like, what's that 4-string thing? The guy swings his fingers, and why can't I hear it?
Yeah.
But
then once you take it out, you can definitely hear it.
Yeah.
It's like when you sing by yourself because you're singing along with music, and then you turn the music off. You're like, oh, you need that other stuff to really bring it up.
Yeah.
I feel like the bass sets the atmosphere of the song.
It really does. Like, and once you're like into music and you play music and stuff, you actually notice it. It's kind of like making pasta and you add truffle oil. No one's people who are hungry aren't gonna taste it and stuff, but like people who know food,
The food connoisseur who wants that
will be
extra
able to
bite.
notice. Exactly.
Get that truffle.
It's all a matter of palate.
Gonna get
and
that
taste.
bass truffle.
Yeah. Did you say bass truffle?
Bass truffle shuffle.
I love it. But bass eventually became my thing, and then I started getting into like bassists. I looked up all of these like famous ones. Victor Wooten was one. John Myung from Dream Theater. I said I would never bring that band up.
It's a trap.
Yeah, no, a bunch of these dudes, and they're fantastic. Like I got really into bass in a huge way, and then I started joining bands, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my friend music. Oh, and also, by then like I also kind of picked up piano as well, but just off of like Billy Sheehan is my bass or music guru, I'd say, because he does not know music. He just picked up a bass guitar one time. And was like, and just learned it just by playing.
Yeah, I love those stories.
I know.
Awesome.
And he did.
Yeah.
And now, like at the time, I don't know where he is now, but he was playing for Steve Vai, which some may say he's the best guitarist on the planet at the time, like Joe Satriani as well. But so I really respect him. So I took that ethos and I put it into piano and I started playing piano. I don't know what the fuck I was playing. I just know it sounded right. And yeah, that's my story.
Well, also your job. I mean, you're still like you're into music still.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore, but it's a different thing now.
Oh, well, you were a...
Yeah. you used to be... Did you enjoy that aspect?
No, I hated
more?
it. I hated it.
I mean, sure, you got some bad
It's hard.
bands in there.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, either way, you were in like an actual band, so that's pretty impressive. And that was
you.
fairly
Yeah.
too. I find from.
Oh, no, I loved the band. I thought you meant the production job.
Well,
No, I was kind of doing like a...
really like humble about it.
Okay.
You know, he toured Europe. That's about it.
All right, Steve, what do you got?
A bit crazy. So I play a lot of instruments. Okay. Well, I mean, I started learning saxophone first, actually, since 6th grade. From 6th grade through all the way through college, I've played saxophone, so I can play saxophone pretty well. I took piano for a few years, so I can play piano. I took guitar in school for a few years, and violin, so I can play both guitar and violin. Basically, like, you know, if you can play guitar, you can basically play violin. You just don't get frets, and you have to use a bow instead of your fingers. And I mean, like, my older brother was a drummer, so literally, like, my entire family was musicians.
We can form a band right now.
What's up?
We can form a band right now.
We could, technically.
Nick can do something.
Vocals, of course. Duh.
I can do a mean recorder
The
solo.
best singer here.
Yeah, but no, like, I learned drums because my brother was a drummer, so there was always a drum set in the basement. I learned trumpet because my younger brother was a trumpet player, so I'd mess around with his trumpet when he wasn't using it. I did concert band in school. I did jazz band in school. I did marching band in school. So I've done a lot of music through school and all that. And then, like, you know, I've done, you know, like, Dayaan works with FL Studio. He used to work with FL Studio for his job. I've worked with that. Oh, sorry, you worked with that a little bit. But then I worked for it. You know, I messed around with it a little bit as well. So I kind of like that whole like sound engineering aspect of it.
Yeah.
Of being able to build sounds and sort of put tracks together. Like messes around with synthy stuff. And then I have like a little MIDI keyboard that I like to mess around with.
Yeah.
FL Studio is great for just creating drum tracks, the scratch tracks and stuff before you actually record it. Like, I love it for that. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like it's really interesting. As long as you know, like, I definitely encourage anyone who's interested in music to at least get like a basic understanding of like what a scale is.
Yeah.
And like know your scales, because if you know what a scale is and if you practice your scales. And if you you get called there's two types of like hearing essentially with music. There's sort of perfect hearing, where someone can sing a note and you instantly know what that note is. And then there's sort of acquired hearing, or acquired pitch, I guess is what they call it, perfect pitch and acquired pitch, where you sort of over like doing music long enough, you can sort of figure out like what's right and what's wrong.
It's like,
so like I can pick up any instrument that I've never played before now, and I can sort of figure out what a typical scale is. Yeah. Just be like, no, that's not right. That's right.
It's kind of like poker, where you have your math players who actually do the math of probability, and you have your gut players, like, and stuff.
Yeah, so like I think probably one of the funniest things, it's kind of like a test for myself, is like I think whenever you do marching band, you have to memorize your music, right? And I think like the last year I never actually like ever looked at the music. I always just listened, and I was like, oh, what's that? I know what those notes are. Like exactly. So it's like, you know, you never. It's one of those kind of things where if you play an instrument long enough, you sort of it just starts coming, and you start like understanding what the pitches are and how to kind of navigate that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like me, and like I played a lot of Rock Band and Guitar Hero. I love that shit.
Yeah. I knew at some point we're gonna come to this.
Same thing.
Same thing.
They do a good job.
You got a red button, you got a yellow button.
Like going up and down in terms of like notes going up and down. Like that was all like.
I agree with you
really
because like I'm not like Steve. I go by like feel, right? So if I hit like when I have to like follow a guitarist on bass, once I find what note he's at, then it's fine. I know that the next one's gonna be this or whatever, like, you know, that stuff. And I think that's what you're saying too, Greg. It's the same thing guitar here, where like, you know, the next note, if it's high enough, it's probably gonna be on the fourth button, or like the,
yeah. So it's like it's almost like you can play a song with Guitar Hero without actually seeing the notes in front of you, because you know the song, you know what pitch the next note's at, so you know it's gonna be higher or lower.
I was gonna bring up with the singing specifically, because that was very much so, like you're saying, the pitch. Or some people are like completely like deaf when it comes down. They have no clue. It's like you have a nice little indicator of like, oh yeah, you're in
tone deaf, yes,
general area.
So for those dudes in Pitch Perfect too.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things though, is like and probably one of my favorite things to sort of know or experience with music is once you sort of feel confident with your pitch and how you can sort of interpret pitch, and if you know a song, like from there it's just play around, right?
Yeah,
because you can just like, you know, jump on a guitar and just start messing around and be like, well, you know, maybe like going up 2 steps is gonna sound cool or whatnot, and like, you know, I can play guitar now. I have no idea what notes I'm playing, but I can make something sound decent.
Yeah,
it's even easier with singing, because like you're just matching their, you know, octave, and then you can go up an octave, down an octave. You can like Rachel does a cool thing where she always goes for the harmony, which I never like think of. My brain like has trouble getting into that harmony. I always go for an octave below or the same, but she always goes like that, like perfect mix. And like that always impresses me, because I'm always like, my brain just doesn't want to do that. It always wants to be the note that you match, not like, you know, the mixing and the between.
Also, with bass as well, like when I started playing in bands, I stopped following the guitars like to the point, like, and I started thinking like you saying octaves, because I always have this image of my dad kept telling me like, you know, why do you want to play bass? You're never going to get heard. I'm like, no, I can be heard. So I started just doing the opposite of what the guitarist did. If you went up to like a low note and stuff, I'd go the opposite octave.
Yeah, so you're harmonizing essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're creating the chord together.
Yeah.
Instead of, and that's the cool thing, is because I mean now having done a little bit of sorry if I talk too much, but a little bit of FL Studio work, and you can talk to this too, Vela, is we sort of turn these, we know more about like how the frequencies of different notes sort of work with or against each other. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like when someone plays the high note, you don't want to also play a high note or even in that range, because now your sounds are competing with each other, versus like if you play the lower note, now the sounds are harmonizing, it's more full, it sounds better overall.
You want to always want to like harmonize while not trying to steal the show, so to speak.
Right.
You know, everything has to be
going back to like the whole giant show, it's all about the collaborative effort.
Yeah, that's what a band is, right?
What's everyone's like favorite concert they've been to?
Oh, easy.
Yep, that one's.
Nick, what do you got?
Well, you guys have heard this, but we saw Metallica 2 years ago.
Metallica, you say?
Yeah. It was everything. It was everything I've wanted out of my first like hard. Well, it was the first time I've ever seen Metallica. But so that was awesome in its own way, since it's my favorite band. But of that genre, just seeing something like that, I think it would have been cooler if it was like the 80s. So you see the typical mosh pit, just eruption of people kicking the shit out of each other. That would have brought a new aspect into the experience. But
the Wall of Death.
For what I did see, it was so memorable. It stuck with me. It was everything I thought it would be.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
An epic show. I totally get that, because like I also like the classic rock bands. So when I see classic rock bands now, they're always like older, you know, adults just being like chill. You don't get that like sense of like seeing a band like and then having this intense like woo up in the front. For the most part, it's like very restrained. Still usually good. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously Metallica, I'm sure they got some crazy people in that. But I remember I saw ZZ Top, and they were like, it was in Charlottesville, so it was like in this big amphitheater, and it was super restrained because everyone was like just chilling in this like stadium, huge stadium. They pretty much packed it, but it was just like, you know, you're in a stadium, so it's hard to like get into the music when you're like, you know, way far away from them.
Yeah.
But I would say I've seen so many. My favorite was probably the Killers. I saw the Killers when they were in that perfect mix between they weren't too popular, but they were still popular from their like early stuff. it was like the I'm Human dancer kind of when they were in that range. And that was awesome. I saw it at the National down in Richmond, and that is such a great venue because you can get as close as you want. You can get like right up to the stage. It's so awesome.
Nice.
So I was like right in between. It was packed, and I was in the middle, and they were like crushing. It was like every song awesome to the max. Good shit. It was a good fucking thing. There was like a bunch of them. There was also Fits and the Tantrum was great. Saw them live, fantastic. Young the Giant, very good concert.
Interesting.
Beautiful.
I actually haven't seen that many concerts. Not as many as I probably would have liked to. A lot of the concerts I've seen were actually like classical orchestras. So I've seen like the Chicago Symphony doing like the Planets. A lot of like school trips essentially. A good one I saw was the Richmond Symphony doing video game music. So they did like
I like that. I like stuff
like Metal Gear Solid soundtracks, Halo soundtracks, like Final Fantasy soundtracks. All really cool stuff. And then I went to for Ray's birthday. We went to New York and we saw Epica and Lacuna Coil in New York City.
Nice.
So that was pretty fun. Cool metal concert there.
Yeah. I think for me, I went to one show. It was incredible. It was Opeth, Motorhead, Arch Enemy, and August Burns Red.
In one concert?
In one concert. It was a festival kind of thing. So one day they had.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was fucking incredible.
That's your money's worth.
I mean, so it was in Dubai. So like the ground was, it was like a giant festival, right? So like the ground was just sand and everything like that. And I'm not shitting you, man. Like when Opeth came out and they did Deliverance, like right at the end of the ending breakdown, the ground was just fucking rumbling. Like sand was like coming up and shit. It was like amazing to see. That night with the lights and everything, and like it was fantastic. Still not the best concert I've ever been to. The best one I've been to was probably Tool.
Wow.
Fuck, man. That was, it's more like this eclectic experience. It's not like a concert where, or they're not a band that actually cares to like people like jumping around like moshing and shit. No, it was a seated thing, and it was, God, like every adjective I can say is gonna piss me off. Like it was an experience. It was like
It was very great.
Like it put you in a state of mind of appreciation.
Yeah, fuck
in its
people
own
like
way.
that.
Well, it totally makes sense. It totally makes sense.
You can't really
Yeah,
compare
but-
concerts where like moshing versus concerts where you're like seated.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
they're different experiences.
They
and you
are.
should-
They are. Yeah, and I just love like the visuals. Like if you've listened to Tool, if you like, particularly their Lateralis album, like the imagery and stuff with the eyes and stuff, they had these amazing projectors like making the eyes like swim across the crowd and like all this cool shit and everything. It was nuts. And like, and one of their songs famously, Push It, like at the, like they'll not cut the music but slow down the music and boom, there's this dude out here with the tabla. And I just like playing the fuck out of a tabla solo. It was like, it was weird, man. Like I kind of got Woodstock vibes out of it.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But yeah, to this day, Tool has always been my favorite band. I'll say this for reviewers: I love Tool. I fucking hate Tool fans. Fucking hate them so much. I hate Tool
Like Rick and
fans.
Morty, right?
Yeah.
Is that why? You mean you hate yourself? Don't hate yourself. So don't hate yourself.
I hate myself.
Whoa. Now,
Actually, I would love to get more new good Tool if you could actually give me some, because
I'll give you.
I cannot get into them. I've hated most stuff that people have showed me by
That's
them.
totally fine. You tell me what you've heard already, and so I get like a
Like
fair
the
ground
most
of what you
popular
don't like,
stuff,
and then, yeah.
yeah.
watch some of their music videos too. They're some of them
Fucked up
are
shit.
really
I've seen some.
trippy. Some of them are some wild ass adventures.
So
I was
I
gonna
don't know.
say, I wanted to say with your real quick, with your experience with the whole festival, I've actually had the counter where it was like I went to a festival that was terrible.
Everyone was shit.
Worst concert experience.
Because it was like in the heat of Richmond, like Virginia weather, which is swampy heat, humidity, with like mixed with like 6 bands I didn't give a fuck about. Like I cared about one of the 6 bands, you know. And it was just like a nightmare because it was like, oh, the first like show was good, and then there was 5 more shows.
Oh yeah.
They all were horrible.
Came out at the
Yeah.
very end, played for 10 minutes.
Like if
And I was like, I quit after halfway through. I was like, I paid for a ticket, but I'm not gonna waste
know.
my time.
That's what I like about like festivals like Mayhem and stuff, where if you don't like a band, and they do the show, like the bands play simultaneously sometimes. If you don't like this band, like, fuck it, I'll just go to the next area, and there's another
It's
band
big
playing
enough,
there.
sure.
Yeah, I did that with Mayhem when I wanted to see Cannibal Corpse, and I caught them. They were fucking insane. But right after Cannibal Corpse, that band that Ice-T is in showed up. So Ice-T's out there, like, you know. I'm like, no.
That's cool.
I can't. I'm sorry. And I went, like, I don't care. Somebody play music, and I'll watch you instead.
Yeah. So I don't know if this qualifies as like a concert for like a band or whatnot, but have you guys ever seen like the Blue Man Group play?
Yeah, like, why would that
now we're getting to like
Only
stuff like
invented-
stomp
It's
and
more
stuff.
like an experience, like a percussive experience.
That's a show. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a show, but
Yeah.
it's always
It's a
always
Vegas
fun.
thing.
It's like stomp.
Yeah,
I don't care with the Blue Man Group single. They just want to hear the experience of the show.
yeah. It's like it's the whole experience. It's really
Lights, it's the the rhythm being there. Yeah.
I would totally go see Blue Man Group.
No, I would too.
Oh, yeah.
I love that shit.
it's awesome. It's a great experience.
Yeah. Then
Now-
yeah.
No. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I was going to say, like, then there are, like, bands that are one-hit wonders where you know the one. Like, can you imagine going to, like, an Eiffel 65 show?
Yeah, I don't know what that would be.
It would just be, like, after Blue... Like, I'll give you an example.
Play it again.
I actually
Yeah.
have a good experience of that. I had you guys know Blues Traveler?
Yes.
Yeah, so they have like 2 songs
Yeah.
that everyone knows. They're good, like the hook and the other one. Either way, they know they're like a meme band basically. They have like 2 songs. That's it. So what they did, I saw them in Richmond and they were fantastic. They came down, they were great because I mean they're good musicians. They're actually solid, but they knew to play covers. So they played covers, and it was a great idea. It was like
That's
having
sick,
their
yeah.
kind of cool folky take on like whatever song. I can't remember the songs, but they were all like, "Oh, I know that song," and they're doing a cool take on that. That's awesome. Instead of trying to like wing and they would wing a single occasionally, or not a single, but like something they would try to like push forward. You know, it's like, "Oh, new song we're coming out with, whatever." It's like, okay,
Yeah.
but like they played their hits, they played covers of good hits, and then they occasionally threw in whatever. And that's the way to do it. That was
Yeah,
very smart. I like
Definitely
that.
is. I remember, like, in Toronto, I think it was, like, late at night. I think I was walking to a bar to meet some friends. And I'm walking, and, like, I passed by this bar, and it's Psy playing. The Gangnam Style dude.
Oh, really?
So he's there. He's playing, and obviously what he's playing is Gangnam Style. So like,
Weird.
awesome. So anyway, I go to my bar and I sit down with my friends and stuff. We decide to like go to another bar and stuff. And I swear to God, I pass by again, and he's doing. And this is about like an hour after. And we're passed by, and he's doing a remix of Gangnam Style.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I know Gangnam Style's not an hour long. So like,
That's funny because he has other music.
he
like,
has
that's
other music,
Okay,
but in an hour he probably. So what
Yeah.
I think is that he just finished his entire playlist of shit,
Or
and
no,
then just
yeah.
went right back into Gangnam Style because that's what
Yeah.
everyone wants to
Just
hear.
improvised it.
Yeah.
He was in some bar. I'm surprised. Was this like recent? Because like I mean,
So
it was,
in
like,
Toronto,
billion reviews or whatever.
No, in Toronto, our bars are also concert venues.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no.
yeah. Like, in fact, the one I'm talking about, I think it was the Horseshoe. It could have been the Phoenix. The Phoenix is actually a stage, but
So it's actually known for both. Okay.
yeah.
Because there are some bars here where you can do music, but it's like the bare minimum, like a room shit
Oh
show.
yeah.
Yeah. Like
But
technically
okay.
it's a bar too, but it's like mostly just a shitty
Yeah.
venue.
No, the Horseshoe Tavern is a very famous bar here.
Okay.
People like the Rolling Stones have played there. Like anyone, like
Oh.
name ones, everyone's played there. And the way it's designed is that when you walk in, it's narrow. It's the bar, and you walk into, and then in the back you go up like 3 steps, and boom, there's a venue. So from the outside, you can pretty much see who's playing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah. But that's anyway. Nick, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say with like the bad experiences, you guys have seen Scott Pilgrim's whatever
Versus
that
the World.
Yeah, we watched
yeah,
that.
versus
Yeah.
the world.
Speaking
Yeah.
You
of
know the
Toronto-
scene where they have the battle of the bands, and there's actually 2 bands playing at each other.
Oh, oh my God, that's actually perfect. That was
What I'm
the
finishing
venue
my-
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's the venue I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Scott Pilgrim is in Toronto.
Yeah.
You didn't know this.
I didn't.
It is in Toronto.
Like
They're
a
Canadian.
witness the battle of the bands. What were we gonna say?
So they tried to do kind of like the same aspect. It was a battle of the bands. They would bring up. There's like 4 bands on each side, but there was like this old school metal, local metal group or something. But they tried to do covers like you said, but they were doing like hard metal versions of like Tool songs or Chevelle or something, going against somebody who was taking like an old country song and trying to make it its own thing. It was a very terrible experience.
Could be good or
it.
could be bad. So yeah, I guess it was bad.
I love the aspect of two bands facing each other and fighting it out, or even like at some point they join in and they start playing the same song at the same time, or kind of like in a melodic style. You know what I mean?
No, I was gonna say
I thought that would be cool, but it never.
I don't know about you, but I've never seen two people battle out, and it's actually been good unless it's planned. Sometimes I've seen like where they like you go, I go, you go, I go. It makes sense, sure, that's awesome. But I've never heard like the chaotic, just like two people just going at the same time, and then you have to somehow figure out what's like good in between. I don't know if that's normal or not. I've never seen it though. I did see one band, which is like usually have like your starter. What do they call it? Like the band that comes before the main band, whoever's like
the opener.
Yeah. And the opener came back during the regular band's performance and joined them in the song, and it was awesome. It was I can't think of it. 5-Star Cinema Club, where their name is, and some other band, and they came together on a cover, and so it was no one's original material.
Yeah,
but it was great because it was just like a fun, like, let's all just hang out and sing this song kind of thing. It was awesome.
That's more common because like openers always travel. They're on the same tour as the headliners, right? So they're always they're hanging out together like all the fucking time. So maybe
interact more often, exactly.
Yeah, so
we had the same thing. Where like the Epica's lead singer would come out and sing a song with Lacuna Coil, and then like Lacuna Coil's lead singer would come out with Epica and they'd sing a song.
Yeah, yeah.
If it works, I mean, I've never witnessed it failing, but
I mean, there's similar genres, right? Like
sometimes they just keep it separate and it's like never a thing. But it's the times I've seen that they've actually collaborated, awesome. So it's like I'm surprised they don't do it more often.
It's like Ben Folds 5 and Rufus Wainwright doing that cover of Careless Whisper. That was amazing. It was so fucking good. I'll link it to you guys after.
I was gonna say we'll share a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I'm actually ready to send you one after this for like the 80th pound.
Yes.
Now, we always think we try to use music as a positive way and all that. But we listen to it based off our moods. Is there any genre and or band that you dislike the most, for whatever reason it may be? Is there anything that you just absolutely cannot stand?
Oh yeah, the Beatles.
What's that?
I'm joking.
Hell yeah!
I'm joking.
Yo, Submarine sucked.
What's that fucking song where the girl's just like, I crashed my car into a bridge, I don't care.
Don't know.
That is straight garbage. It sounds like.
Dude. So I had to drive like an hour and a half, like 2 hours to work one summer, and like.
Oh, I know the song. I crashed my car into the.
Don't sing it.
Don't care. I love it.
Oh yeah, I know it now.
Every single day.
Now that you actually hear it.
Driving my car into work, listening to radio, that song would play like 3 times every single day in like a 2-hour span to get to work. And I swear it just made me want to fucking kill myself. It made me want to drive onto a bridge.
There you go. Just take that wheel and pull it to the left.
Yeah, I was just like, God damn it. I can't stand songs like that. Like, I honestly don't get into a lot of pop songs.
I would say I'm in the minority because I think most songs do not infuriate me, except for like abuse. A lot of a lot of people get freaked. Like, I remember I tell people about pop songs, but I still listen to the same pop song like 10 years later. It's like usually that people burn out a lot of time. I feel like I rarely burn out. Maybe it's just like it definitely was the thing when radio was bigger, because radio would just play the same stuff over and over. It's like, just don't listen to the radio. But like, I think that was more of a thing now. But I've been more immune to it than most people, I would say. But I never worked like those like retail jobs where you're literally hearing the same like soundtrack over and over again on like repeat.
Yeah. I won't say I hate pop, but I cannot get into like trashy songs like that one.
Well, yeah, that's totally understandable.
For me, it's the new age pop that's ass for the most part. The more mainstream pop.
Wait,
I don't like the new stuff.
Wait,
the more mainstream.
Give me an example of new age pop.
Like,
I don't like the kids.
God, if you guys like lived in my area, there's a radio station that plays on Wednesdays that plays like newer stuff, like Ariana Grande.
Oh,
Katy
that's
Perry,
I like that song.
all that. Well,
but just because I like it doesn't mean you have to, man.
Yeah.
Please, like destroy.
Like in the middle of it, I'm working and everything like that. To hear stuff like that, like hearing about whatever they're talking about, love and all this stuff, I don't want to hear it.
Oh my gosh.
Now, maybe the setting and a different time, yes, but
yeah.
What are you gonna say, Steve?
Well, you just reminded me when you talked about radio. There was this radio station in like Northern Virginia where I used to live, where it was like I'll call it the most white people radio station because it was like all the
WPR.
no, it was like all the hits without the rap, and they would like play songs that had like those rap breaks, and then like they would cut out the lyrics, so it would just be like.
I never heard that.
That's fucked up. That is fucked
like,
up.
Like fucking like Izzy Azalea songs, and it's like just like 3 lyrics because they cut out all the rap.
Oh my god!
Oh,
so it's a gimmick. All right, that's fair. I thought it was
without-
like a targeted kind of fucking thing. I was like,
No, it's just like no. It was
am I
not-
finally going to have to do some editing on
They
the
would
show?
they would play rap songs
Yeah.
and literally just cut out the rap.
Without the rap. Okay, that's
Without
fine.
the rap. It was the worst. It
I
was.
never heard those.
I apologize.
I'm not a part of this just because
That sounds kind of odd.
I never saw those or listened to those.
Oh
two.
god. So
Rap music's good.
I don't like like Greg. I don't tire of nothing really pisses me off when it comes to music. Like if I don't like it, whatever, I'll find something in it that I do like. You know. What I don't like is when the same pop song gets repeated on the radio again and again. And I know you said that just don't listen to the radio, but for like at least for me, radio's fucking everywhere. Like wherever I go and stuff, like on the streetcar or whatever, going to the store, like that same fucking song. Now I'll say this, I love Lizzo, but every time I hear a song start with "I put my head back," I'm like, oh my fucking god, because the song is good. I just heard it way too many times in way too short of a time in my life.
I think
It's you can compare it to movies because it's like watching Transformers. It's like you get the same dumb, simple, like straightforward perspective the first time you see it, the second time you've seen it.
Yeah.
So if you're just doing this really, like if you're listening to Beethoven's Fifth 1,000 times, you can get something new every time for the most part because there's so much intricacy. But when it's like 4 chords of like the dumbest lyrics, the most simplified baby stuff, it's like of course,
she has other songs. Like, play those.
I think there's 2 aspects to that. Like one is it's a radio thing, right? Where it's like they need to play the song a bunch to reach out for people that don't listen to radio as often.
No, it's
which is understandable, right? Like everyone understands that has to happen. But then the other part of it is like, okay, well the song itself is good. It probably isn't like as replayable as it potentially could be.
Sure, or maybe it's just my dumb luck. Like for me, like remember when I told you the Psy story? It was my dumb luck that I happened to be passing right back when he's playing the same goddamn song,
Yeah.
I may be walking into like a Walmart like at the right time, like when they play it.
Maybe someone requested Gangnam
going
Style.
to the store. Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a while. I would love to re-listen to that. You hear that on the radio?
Wait, what?
Gangnam Style.
Oh, Gangnam Style. Yeah.
I've never heard it on the radio.
They did it for a while when it was insanely
radio,
huge. I was surprised that he was going to show up some like bar, but then it was obviously more.
It was an international one-hit wonder.
He didn't just show up. Like,
he was
booked. He was booked.
It was the one-hit wonder. It was the most hugest song ever for like.
It broke records on YouTube, right? For views and everything.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny?
Brilliant.
What's funny? Like people tried to do that same model of success, and I'm talking specifically about the pen and pineapple dude. I have a pen. I have pineapple, and they fuse them together.
What?
Pineapple pen. I have a X object. I have a Y object. Like,
I would say the next comparison would be the what does the fox say or whatever that song was.
Elvis.
Oh yeah.
You mix some foreign language with English, and that's because you're getting 2 markets. You're going to guarantee the Danish market or whatever the fuck it is with the English market. You can bleed into both.
He had a few hits though.
There's 2 people.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's like the trend.
you're talking about,
the whole thing is like you couple 2 languages together, so that was like
But their music is all English. But I get what you're saying.
Huge.
Well, so I think that's more just a thing you see in some international songs as well. Because
Give
like you
me
see
the
that a lot in
Spanish song that became huge.
Japanese pop as well.
Wait, what?
Like K-pop or Korean pop as well.
Say the song.
What was the question?
What is the Spanish song that became huge?
Despacito.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's exactly what that is.
See, in my head, Carlos Santana popped up.
See, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off about Despacito. I'm pissed off about Despacito because the version of that song that got huge was the Justin Bieber version. The original one with Daddy Yankee and Louis Fonsi is actually a really good fucking song.
Yeah, I mean it's a
actually
classic
brilliant.
pop song. So you could do anything you want with it. You could literally go anywhere with that song.
And they sold it to Bieber, and he just it just became not
Made
fun
it
to
more
listen to.
poppy. Yeah,
Yeah.
pop could.
It almost became its own meme type thing.
Yeah.
It was
It was like Gunstop. It was the same thing. Spanish.
Spanish.
But I will say this though, Elvis actually they had other amazing songs, like really good fucking songs.
No,
it just so
they're-
happens that it's the same thing with Lizzo. It just so happens that one song just kept being played over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, there are bands that clearly sell out that don't have to, but they're like, yeah, this will be our pop hit. And
I
It's also like
and
the
people are gonna-
station wants to play the song that is the pop song, the popular song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because really, I think we moved past, at least, and it may still happen in smaller areas and stuff, but I think we moved past from the thing about radio where people call in and request. I can't remember the last time. Well, I kind of do, but like it doesn't really happen that often anymore. I don't think.
No, it's all run by computers now.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
all just like or
Analytics.
requests.
algorithms and stuff. Spotify
yeah.
knows exactly what I'd be into, and it just makes me a playlist already. Yeah.
That's what YouTube does.
I
Actually,
used to. Yeah. There was like a radio podcast I used to listen to on my computer. It was like specifically like a gaming radio podcast. We'll say a podcast, like a music playlist that was purely like people vote for like the next song.
That's
And like
nice.
one of the highest votes comes next, and it's like there were like thousands of people on it. I don't actually remember what it was called, but I would listen to it on like what was the fucking like the ancient like media player that was on Windows or some shit.
WMP, yeah.
Yeah, or like Winamp or whatever.
Winamp, yeah.
Yeah, Winamp.
Because Winamp was able to do RSS, like.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
Winamp,
yeah.
I would subscribe to the feed there, and then like you could like request songs, and like the highest rated one would play, and it was really cool.
But I'll argue that it's cool because of we know how it works, and like we know that it's the highest requested stuff. When it comes to
Yeah.
stuff like Spotify, like an algorithm stuff, that it's so like under like the hood.
Yeah.
It's like that's when it gets like that's when people get scared, like, oh, and my information is like out there. I'm sure they're spying on me.
They
and
know
shit.
I like the
Like,
Japanese metal.
Yeah,
I'm a true metalhead. I can't be caught listening to baby metal.
I can't even
I ain't no
spell
baby.
hentai.
There's no hentai. No hentai in my metal.
But yeah,
Weirdly enough, in my area, they still have like request in, but it's only for new age country music, and I hate it. Passionately. Like, yeah, I don't want to hear anything of country music nowadays. It seems like
Well, it's just so formulaic. It's like
I
pop.
don't. Oh yeah, like I don't download music from known artists ever. Like I figure if you're a known artist,
Oh, we got ourselves an indie boy over here.
yeah, no, I go to fucking Newgrounds and I just like or like fucking
Newgrounds was cool for a while there for techno
Yeah.
for sure. They were.
yeah, like I just
yeah,
go there and like look up new shit, or like I'll go to YouTube or
I
something,
don't know how they are anymore.
or SoundCloud.
I use Pandora. I think Pandora actually has a decent algorithm for
Yeah.
giving you fairly poppy music. But if you just put in like, I want to look for gorillas, they'll give you some nice, cool gorilla-esque
Yeah.
music that's also good.
I'm fine with Spotify, but if I like a song on Spotify, I will immediately listen to it on another platform because Spotify's encoding is absolute fucking garbage.
Well, everyone uses Spotify. That's
I
why I
know.
thought using Pandora would be the minority. But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think we've probably run
We've
this.
run, yeah.
right?
Have you noticed me doing this and this? Like, a
I-
lot?
yeah. We can go on forever, so we'll
We
have
can
to
definitely
save
do a part
some of
two
this
to
for the
this.
next time. Yeah, just like the
Everything is a
food
part
one.
two.
Yeah, we
gotta
talked
come
about the
back
random
to it.
stuff.
We hungry.
Yeah. So
Where do
let's
those
go
be?
ahead and let's just cut it where it is right here. I'm gonna send it around the room. Let's get your sign offs real quick. Bella, if you want to finish with the GNSD stuff, go ahead. Greg.
Me, DesperadoGPJ, add me on Steam. Hey boys, let's play some TF2.
What's up, guys? Steve here, aka Blacken. Follow me on Twitch, BlackenDex27. Catch you later.
I am LeetDemon. Nick. Hit me Twitter at Nicholas_Delk. Steam LeetDemon.
Yeah, check those
And
notes.
on Twitch, LeetDemon as well.
You guys are the most unexplosive snares I've ever met. All right.
I
All right.
Hey, I'm
Sold. Hi guys, I've been Dayaan.
Oh wow, how exciting! Wow.
Shut up! I'm talking right
Now he says hello.
What a cool guy! Wow.
My God.
Welcome to the GNSD podcast that you just watched.
Whoa. Calm down, dude.
Just let him do his thing.
Catch us on our MySpace page.
Oh my
Can't
god.
talk shit and then do the same
Or you can
exact.
follow us
Okay.
on the Facebook.
Take you down.
All right.
1v1 me and TF2, bro. Scouts only melee. You're going down.
No, yeah, I will definitely go down. We've seen it happen. Anyway, by now y'all already know who we are. But in case you guys don't know, we have an official Twitter. It's right down there. Twitter at official GNSD. Follow us. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, and stuff. We hope you really liked this episode because I think
Don't
we
tell
had a
us
really
what you
good
didn't
time
like.
this time.
That was fun.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is actually really cool. And like,
Tell us your favorite bands in the comments below.
yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Smash that like though.
Give us anything.
pretend
Give us
that-
love. Give us hate. We love it all. Anyway,
Don't give-
until then,
Bye, everybody.
we'll see you guys next time. Mwah.
See ya.
Whatever.
You.